grumble. Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with November 1st, 2024. We have a new month here, good Sir King. How you doing today? Oh, why can't I hear you?
There we go.
All right.
I'm doing great. Let me take my pills here.
Pills! Pill time! Well, while he's taking his pills, I'm going to start us off here in the year 365. The Alemanni crossed the Rhine and invaded Gaul. Emperor Valentinian I moved to Paris to command the army and defend the Gallic cities. All right, or the Gallic cities or whatever. Gaelic. I'm pretty sure those are two different people.
Turn down the music a little low.
All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can. That's as low as I can conceivably make it.
All right, that's good.
Okay. 835, Pope Gregory IV decreed All Saints' Day a holy day of obligation for the Catholic religion. So if you're Catholic, today is All Saints' Day, apparently. So happy All Saints' Day. 996, Emperor Otto III issued a deed to Gottskalk, Bishop of Freising, the oldest known document using the name Ostarishi, becoming the first recorded use of the modern name for Austria in the Old High German, the Ostarashi document. All right, so the first mention of Austria as, Austria. 1210, King John of England began imprisoning Jews. Why? Once again, okay, well, let's see.
They never list the reasons.
Why? Yeah, no,
They're kicked out of every country, but never the reason.
Yeah.
Never reason pops up. Wonder.
Well, I searched.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, it's weird. Mystery. And you can't wonder about it, otherwise, you're anti-Semitic. Woo, so,
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not seeing anything. They're talking about taxes involving around 1210, so I don't know. Here we go. It says here, the king introduced new taxes and extended existing ones. The Jews, who held a vulnerable position in medieval England, protected only by the king, were subject to huge taxes. 44,000 pounds were extracted from the community by the tonnage of 1210. Much of it was passed on to the Christian debtors of Jewish moneylenders. Oh, so maybe he was arresting them because they were holding them in debt or something, And, the whole stereotype about Jews with money, here we go again. 1348, here we go.
1348, the Black Death reaches London on or about this date.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, China.
Yep, and we're, interestingly enough, we're going to be talking about the Jews again involving the Black Death. Probably not this next article. Actually, this next one is off of main source, so I'll read it here. 1348, the anti-royalist Union of Valencia attacked the Jews of Merivario on the pretext that they were serfs of the king of Valencia and thus royalists. And this has nothing to do with what I just said prior about the Black Death, so we're going to be talking about him again. It's Attack the Jews Day or something, apparently. Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about. So the very next article on the main source, what do we got?
At 1349, Black Death Massacre, Duke of Brabant orders execution of all Jews in Brussels, accusing them of poisoning the wells during the bubonic plague. Part of a wave of pogroms across the west. What's a pogrom? I gotta imagine a false execution of some sort.
Western Europe. Well, very much like the term anti-Semite, which used to cover more than just Jews, but it was all Arabs. It covered Christians. It covered Islam and all that stuff. But pogrom is a violent riot incited with the aim of massacre, expelling an ethnic or religious group, particularly the Jews. So another word that used to cover multiple things and now just covers one for some reason. So this was specifically something. So here we had boom, boom, boom right off the what you were just saying. Three things about Jews and But why does this keep happening? Why are they getting blamed for this? Why are they getting blamed for that? What keeps happening that we can't talk about without, having some buzzword thrown at us? The conversation shut-upper. But, yeah. Anyway, what do we got here?
1512, Michelangelo's paintings on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel of the Vatican first exhibited.
All right. It's pretty cool. And we got sorry?
That's all right. How do you do that?
Oh,
how would you do that?
He was up on
back
scaffolding, build a whole.
You just lay down and
Yeah, that's essentially what he did. Like he built scaffolding and
Every
just
day.
laid back and just like wild. Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Let's
well,
look this up. Sistine Chapel ceiling. Let's just see some of these works. Like this is amazing, and what people don't realize is how big these
he
portraits.
built it upside down. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
let's see if I can open this image in new tab
fucking
here. Here we go. So like,
wild.
yeah, that's awesome, man. And this one back here, we talked about this yesterday. That's when some other painter finished painting this, the backdrop here, uh, whatever it was, like the reconciliation or whatever it was called, the end days or whatever. But what people don't realize, here's the famous one, with Adam, or God reaching out to Adam and all that stuff. You can't see it that well, but Adam's hand is kind of pulled back, so God is always, sitting there waiting for you to decide when you're going to, accept him or something like that. But the sheer size of these paintings, if you take a human and just put them up on the ceiling next to this painting, they'd probably only be a third of the height of the people that you see on the ceiling. I learned that from going to the White House back in 2004. They have their inside of the dome, the Capitol dome, painted, and the people up there, they look so small because they're way up there, but they're actually 2 or 3 times the size of people, just so that way you can see it from that distance. Anyway, 1520 off of main source, the Strait of Magellan, the passage immediately south of mainland South America, connecting the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans, was first discovered and navigated by European explorer Ferdinand Magellan during the first recorded circumnavigation voyage. All right. And of course, the Strait of Magellan, named after that guy. Another off of main source here, 1555. French Huguenots established France Antarctique colony in present-day Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. All right, I had no idea that Rio de Janeiro was created by the French, and it was an Antarctique, the Antarctic colony. Yeah, well, it's right down there, Here we go.
1570 All Saints flood tidal wave in the North Sea devastates the coast of Holland to Jutland, killing more than 1,000 people.
Ooh.
All Saints flood.
Yeah. Well, today is All Saints Day, so it's the All Saints Day flood. So.
Yeah. 1604, William Shakespeare's tragedy Othello is first presented.
Specifically at Whitehall Palace in London. All right, we all know about Othello.
I don't think I've read that one.
They made fun of it in White as Kids You Know. The Abe Lincoln sketch where he got killed via hammer to the rear end. That's the play that they were watching was Othello. And he became a vampire or something. So.
Yeah. 1611, Shakespeare's romantic comedy play Tempest is first presented.
Yep. At Whitehall Palace in London as well. So.
Never read that one either.
I've never heard of it.
Me neither. 1612, 22nd October OS.
Old style. Previous calendar.
Time of troubles in Russia, Moscow, Kitya Gorod is captured by the Russian troops under command of Dmitry Pozharsky.
And he also expelled Polish troops from Moscow's Kitye Gorod. Oh. All right. 1623.
1623, fire Plymouth, Massachusetts destroys several buildings.
Ooh, that's not good. 1665, Robert Hooke's landmark work, Micrographia, with drawings using a microscope and coining the word cell, was published in by the Royal Society. So this
wow.
Yeah, a massive, thing for science here, for microbiology.
That's cool.
Yeah, the invention of the word cell. Yeah. Well, so this looks like his drawings and everything. So he drew a highly detailed image of a flea, using a microscope.
Wow.
This is all hand drawn. Here's an ant. If it comes up, there it goes. And these appear to be cells. Like, I see the cellular structure that almost looks like the cellular structure of a leaf. I can kind of see the chlorophyll brackets here.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. 1683, the English Crown Colony of New York was subdivided into 12 counties. All right. 1688, William III of Orange set out a second time from Hellevoetsluis in the Netherlands to seize the crowns of England, Scotland, and Ireland from King James II of England during the Glorious Revolution. The Glorious Revolution! What do we got here in 1755?
1755, Lisbon earthquakes killed more than 50,000 people in Portugal. Wow.
Yeah, it was more than just an earthquake. It was Lisbon, Portugal was totally devastated by a massive earthquake and tsunaami, causing between 40 to 60,000 deaths.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, like, you get an earthquake on the coast, tsunami is imminent, most likely. So, 1765. I'm going to read this one because I have a more meat here. The British Parliament enacted the Stamp Act on the 13 colonies in order to help pay the British military operations in North America. No taxation without representation. So, and this was just 1 decade prior to us declaring independence, 1765 to 1776. Speaking of 1776, though, what do we have here?
Mission St. Juan Capistrano, founded in California.
Yeah, San Juan Capistrano. That's I think that's where the swallows go. They're migratory.
Swallows. Yep.
Yeah.
It's where what's his name went to study right?
The monarch. Yeah. Oh. He was
no, Darwin.
Darwin. Charles Darwin.
Didn't Darwin study the swallows?
Probably. He studied a lot of things.
Somebody studied the swallows.
Somebody had to.
Somebody did it. And I don't know their name. All right. 1784, Maryland grants citizenships to Lafayette and his descendants.
Lafayette, I believe. Is this the guy? Gilbert du Motier, Marquis de Lafayette. I believe this is the right guy. He was a French nobleman and military officer who volunteered to join the Continental Army led by General George Washington in the American Revolutionary War. Lafayette was ultimately permitted to command Continental Army troops in the decisive siege of Yorktown in 1781, the Revolutionary War's final major battle that secured American independence. After returning to France, Lafayette became a key figure in the French Revolution of 1789 and the July Revolution of 1830, and continues to be celebrated as a hero in both France and the United States. Yeah, so he came over here and he and various other French leaders and whatnot trained our troops in the art of military drill and all that stuff. Trained the regulars, and I think he made an appearance in the movie Patriot. I'm not sure. It was some French guy. Came down and helped train. So, what else do we got here?
1787, first free school in New York City, African free school, opens.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, we need education.
Yeah. 1790, Edmund Burke published Reflections on the Revolution in France, in which he predicted that the French Revolution would end in a disaster. I'm not sure it did. I don't know. They had a lot of revolutions, so I don't know. I don't know much about French history. 1800, John Adams became the first president of the United States of America to live in the Executive Mansion, later named the White House. All right. 1802, delegates met at Chillicothe, Ohio, to form a state constitutional convention. Cool. 1805, Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Austria during the War of the Third Coalition. And what do we have here in 1814?
Congress of Vienna opens to redraw the European political map after defeat of France in the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah. Like, he conquered a lot, took over a lot, and then after they defeated them, they're like, okay, let's reset things and let's put boundaries back. Who owns what? Oh. This one was really
1834, first published reference to poker as Mississippi River boat game. Poker, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Poker. I don't even know her. That's gonna get me in trouble.
1848, classes began at Boston Female Medical College, first U.S. female medical college.
Yeah, and it later merged with the Boston University School of Medicine. So it's still
Boston.
Boston, still technically around. Oh,
1848, W.H. Smith opens his first railway bookstall at Euston Station in London, England.
all right. So go. You gotta catch a train, pick up a book, and you can, read it or something. That's pretty cool. 1859, the current Cape Lookout, North Carolina lighthouse was lit for the first time. Its first order Fresnel lens could be seen for 19 miles or 30 kilometers. That's pretty good. 1861, during the American Civil War, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln appointed George B. McClellan as the commander of the Union Army, replacing General Winfield Scott. I believe Winfield Scott was a drunk, but, so was Grant. So, 1863, fortifications were built on Angel Island in San Francisco Bay by troops. All right, where is Angel Island? I've heard of Angel Island. It's not where the Rock is, Alcatraz. It's a different island. It's bigger, but yeah, this is what Angel Island looks like from this angle. But yeah, it's 1863. There's this whole no longer in use, obviously, various batteries, north and south of the Golden Gate Bridge, with stuff leading back to the Civil War era that I visited several years ago, back when Loon and I took up and down the coast of California type thing. But that's a whole story. It's really interesting. Go check it out. 1869, Delhi Me formed TBV Tobacco in Sumatra. Okay, we got some tobacco. 1870, in the United States, the Weather Bureau, later renamed the National Weather Service, began operations and made the first official meteorological forecast. In 1870, they're talking about the weather. That's pretty cool. What do we got here in 1876? 100 years after we declared independence. Sorry, go ahead.
New Zealand's provincial government system is assault. Yeah, 100 years after our freedom. God, sorry, I has cut you off.
No. I was just talking, but yeah. So the provincial government. So it sounds like they're becoming under the boot of the throne. They're no longer self-sustaining there. So.
1878, Edward Scripps and John Sweeney founded Penn Press, the Cleveland Press.
Huh. All right. So, making newspapers and whatnot. So.
1884, Gaelic Athletic Association established in a meeting at Hayes Hotels, Thurles County, Tipperary. Clare teacher Michael Cusack is credited as the founder. Objective to promote Irish sport and games.
Cool.
All right.
1885, Pope Leo the 13th published encyclical Immortae Dei.
What is it?
DEI? Oh, wait. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not that.
The encyclical Immortae Dei of Pope Leo the 13th concerning the Christian Constitution of States was issued yada 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 during the time of the Kulturkampf in Germany and the licensing schools in France. Is a reaffirmation of ecclesiastical rights in which Leo deplored what he saw as modern tendency to install in society the supremacy of man to the exclusion of God. He believes social contract theory is dangerous as fostering authoritarianism. So, religious stuff there. 1886, Ananda College, a leading Buddhist school in Sri Lanka, was established with 37 students. Cool. 1893, the Battle of Bemsi took place and was the most decisive battle won by the British in the First Meta-Bele War of 1893. 1894, Nicholas II became the new and last Tsar of Russia after the death of his father, Tsar Alexander III. So it was Nicholas II, not Nicholas. There was no Nicholas III. We were talking about this yesterday. The overthrow of the Tsarism, for communist Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1894, vaccine for diphtheria announced by Dr. Emile Roux of Paris.
What's diphtheria?
Yeah, whatever, however you pronounce this. What is this? Let's see here. It is a infection caused by the bacterium Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Most infections are asymptomatic or have a mild clinical course, but in some outbreaks, the mortality rate approaches 10%. Whoa. Signs and symptoms may...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like high, but that is, 1 in 10.
That's high.
Yeah.
That is very high.
Yeah. Signs and symptoms may vary from mild to severe and usually start 2 to 5 days. Let me block this picture here because I don't want to look into some guy's mouth.
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. You can see
No.
it. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, I didn't see it, but...
Mouth disease. Listen.
Okay. Judging by your reaction, it was not a good image.
No.
1894, Buffalo Bill, 15 of his Native Americans, and Annie Oakley were filmed by Thomas Edison in the Black Maria studio in West Orange, New Jersey. I'm sorry, I did not
That's
mean
fine.
Yeah. I didn't see it. But...
I've seen grosser things, man. You're fine.
Yeah. 1896. Oh, here we go.
1896, first bare-breasted woman, Zulu, to appear in National Geographic magazine.
Boobies!
Woo! Free 'em all!
Yeah.
Free 'em all!
Yeah.
1897, Italian football club Juventus FC is founded by students in Turin as Sports Club Juventus.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. So that's for soccer, or what the rest of the world calls football. FC Football Club. 1897 as well, the first Library of Congress building opened its doors to the public. The library had previously been housed in the Congressional Reading Room in the U.S. Capitol. All right. Yeah.
All right.
1901, Sigma Phi Epsilon, the largest national male collegiate fraternity, was established at Richmond College in Richmond, Virginia. Okay. And just 1 year later,
1902, France and Italy signed the Entente, under which Italy agrees to remain neutral if France is attacked. This is France's attempt to neutralize the Triple Entente. Entente.
Yep. It's just, it's some alliance, Entente, hey, mustache.
You gotta say it with your nose up, though.
Entente. My nose is crooked. I have a crooked nose. So. 1905, Lahti, Finland was granted city rights by Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, the last Grand Duke of Finland. So as we were talking about yesterday, what sparked the whole conversation, of the whole Soviet thing that we were talking about earlier, is that apparently it sounds like Finland was property of the Russian Empire before the Soviets took control and everything. And as I said yesterday, that explains why the Winter War was a thing. They're trying to take land back, very much akin to what we're going through today with Ukraine. So yep. 1910, we have the first issue of Crisis, published by editor W.B. Du Bois. All right.
Crisis. What's that? Like?
Well, let's look it up. It might be some editorial or something. Let's see. The Crisis. Okay. Is the official magazine of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. Okay. Yeah. So it was black rights and all that stuff.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. W.B. Du Bois. He doesn't look like it, but he's.
Oh,
that's the guy. He was the writer of various other things. Like, why can't I remember?
Yes, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it now.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bead to pull out when you say it
Yeah,
like that.
rose
Yeah,
to
I
national
remember.
prominence as the leader of the Niagara movement, a group of African American activists
Yeah.
who wanted equal rights for blacks. All right. Yeah.
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 That should be like more than a blur, man. Like, what are you doing?
You know, he kind of looks like Nicolas Cage. A little bit.
Dude, he does.
Like,
Yeah.
so.
A little bit
Yeah.
chubbier.
Slightly.
Take away the mustache.
Yeah.
Yep.
1911, the world's first combat aerial bombing mission took place, in which the first aerial bombs, they were small bombs, you know, because they literally, like, you know, by hand picked them up and dropped them off the side. They were dropped by Italian pilot 2nd Lieutenant Giulio Gavotti on Turkish troops in Libya during the Italo-Turkish War. Let's see if I can see 1911 aerial bombs.
Man. Imagine that on your conscience. Like, you literally dropped the bomb on them. I mean, like, you didn't pull a lever or push a button.
Yeah.
You literally dropped the bomb on where... Wow, man.
Okay, so, like, you know, they have a child-sized bomb, and obviously they didn't lift in you know, a 60-pound bomb. Actually, no, it's a 660-pound bomb.
Yeah.
I guess this would be it? A 20-pound, yeah. So you're basically throwing, like, a hefty grenade, essentially. What do we got here in 1913?
1913, less than a week after the U.S. non-intervention promise, President Dickhead Woodrow Wilson demands the Mexican dictator Victoriano Huerta resign.
Wow, so we didn't last long on our promise with that. Then again, what do you expect from somebody who brought in the Federal Reserve and the IRS? Oh.
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
Is it him or his wife? One of them did it.
What do you mean, his wife?
Woodrow Wilson kind of in his later years, and his wife was his ghost, you know, ghost writer or whatever. She was the kind of...
So basically like a Joe Biden situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else happened in 1913?
1913, Notre Dame upsets Army 35-13. The college's inaugural football game, quarterback Gus Dorrell's 14 of 17 passes home, 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's amazing. And receiver Mitt Rockney uses 4 passes effectively.
All right. 1914, during World War I, the first British Royal Navy defeats of the war with Germany at the Battle of Cornell, fought off the western coast of Chile and the Pacific with the loss of HMS Good Hope and HMS Monmouth. So that's not good. You know, they're fighting out what the hell were the Brits and the Germans doing fighting down over by the Pacific and the South America? Why are they down there? What? Why are they down there? That's weird. In 1914 as well, Paul von Hindenburg, named Marshal of the Eastern Front. Yep, you know, the Hindenburg, so named after that guy. 1914 as well, Pope Benedictus the 10th XV's 15th encyclical Ad Bisa Cinemini against integrity. Against integrity. Oh, I gotta call up Randy Marsh. He has a crusade to do. This guy needs some integrity.
He ain't got no integrity.
Yeah. 1914 as well, during World War I, the Australian Imperial Force, aka AIF, departed by ship in a single convoy from Albany, Western Australia, bound for Egypt. Yep, so they're going. What do we got here in 1915? Well, while King's violently deflating, we have Paris Island was officially designated a U.S. Marine Corps recruit depot. Okay. 1916, Broadway theater owner and producer Harry H. Frazee and Hugh Ward bought MLB club the Boston Red Sox for approximately $700,000 from Joseph Lannon. $700,000 in 1916 money. Like, Bets on the table. How much is that today? 19. Producer Harry H. Frazee and he. I can hear myself.
Yes, you can. I'm trying to
Let's see here. 1,000. We had 20
see if anybody's
million.
chatting here.
$20,248,888.07 today, equivalent. And do sports teams even sell for 20 million? I don't know. Or do they sell for? Has anything sold for? What was it? Most expensive sports team purchased. Let's see if most expensive sports team sales in history. Okay. Oh wow. $6.1 billion for the Washington Commanders last year. Okay. Well, that's far more than 20 million. So that answers my question. Dan Snyder. That name is familiar. Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Not right in the mic. Vegetables around here.
We smoke 40 packs a second. 1916, Paul Miliukov delivered in the Russian State Duma the famous "Stupidity or Treason" speech, precipitating the downfall of the Boris Sturmer government. All right, yeah, stupidity or treason. That sounds very, very viable for today. So, 1918. Where are we? Oh, there's a lot more to this than here, but you can read this part at least.
1918, 102 die in a New York City BMT subway derailment at Melbourne Street, Brooklyn.
Yep. It became the worst transit accident in U.S. history, occurring under the intersection of Melbourne Street and Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, New York City. So if you ever find yourself at that intersection, remember, beneath your feet, over 100 people died. That's wild. 1918, Western Ukraine separated from Austria-Hungary. Oh, all right. 1918 as well. During World War I, with a brave action carried out in the waters of the Austro-Hungarian port of Pula, 2 officers of the Italian Regia Marina sunk with a manned torpedo the enemy battleship SMS Veribus Unitas. That sounds like a kamikaze-style thing. Raid on Pula. The goal of damaging what they thought was an Austro-Hungarian fleet anchored in the Bay of Pula, yada yada yada. The sinking. Traveling down the roads, Rosie placed 1 canister of TNT in the whole bow ship. Time to explode at 6:30 in the morning. He then flooded the second canister, sinking it in the harbor floor close to the ship. The men had no bathing sets and therefore had to keep their heads above water. They were discovered and taken prisoners. Okay, so they were placing charges or something, it sounds like. I'm not entirely sure. If anybody can elaborate more on this, the specifics, let us know in the comment section. But we have a lot of stuff to cover today. 1920...
American fishing schooner Esperanto defeats Canadian yacht Delawana in the first International Fishing Schooner Championship races off Halifax, Nova Scotia.
USA! USA! Here we go.
1921 National Birth Control League and Volunteer Parenthood League merge as American Birth Control League.
Yep. Now, maybe
I wonder why that was all started and what the history behind that is.
Outside of victims of struggle snuggles and such, what I understand, but like here's a wild theory. How about some what's the word, self accountability? Like, you don't want a child, don't do a deed that makes a child. But maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Let us see here. Here it is. Okay.
1922 in All-American bout, Mickey Walker upsets defending championship Jack Brighton in a 15-round points decision At Madison Square Garden, New York City, wins World White Welter Boxing Crown.
All right. 15 rounds, man.
That's nuts.
I don't even know if I can watch 15 rounds, let alone be in it.
I don't know if I could walk a mile.
I can, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't done that in a while.
1922, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk takes Constantinople from Mehmed VI, proclaiming the Republic of Turkey and bringing the end to the Ottoman Empire.
Yep. The end of an entire thing. You know, like 600 years or something. I'm not sure how long the Ottomans were around long before that. Like, and then before that, you know, they were Eastern Rome. Eastern Rome became Ottoman after they got conquered by Islam.
1922, Queen Wilhelmina opens Dutch Historical Maritime Museum in Amsterdam. Ah, that's nice.
Yeah.
1923, Bruno E. Lacanda forms Aero EY Finnair.
Yep. Finnish airline.
Ah,
yeah, air travel.
Finnair.
Finnair. Yeah, Finnish air. Although Finnish air, finish them. Huh? I don't know. 1 century ago.
1924, 1 century ago, Boston Bruins officially joins the NHL, becoming the first United States-based team to enter the league. Montreal Maroons also joins NHL, but only lasts until 1938.
Oh, that's not a bad stint though. Like 14 years, 24 to 38. If my math is correct, I think it is. I'm not sure. But yeah, no, the NHL. Like, I'm not sure, but it sounds like it was a Canadian creation, of course.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, USA.
Yeah. 1925, VARA, Vereniging Van Workers Radio Amateurs, formed in Amsterdam. All right. 1926, the U.S. Air Commerce Act passed. U.S. Air Commerce Act. It has to do with, like, you know, trade and stuff. You know, FAA, Federal Aviation Administration.
I was going to say regulations. You can't be all flying at once without anybody behind the national circuit be like, hey, you're about to crash into each other. You might want to.
Yeah. So here, the first comprehensive effort by the U.S. government to begin federally regulating the aviation sector was the Air Commerce Act. Congress passed the act in 1926, as we just read, designating the U.S. Department of Commerce as the agency responsible for implementing the directives within the act and foster air commerce across the country. The bill was not meant to create a new bureau within the Department of Commerce, but rather instruct the department to find ways to distribute any new duties related to air commerce amongst existing agencies. So, let me add this in the underbar Air Commerce Acts. So if anybody wants to read this specific link that I found, they can find it in the underbar post live stream. Of course, I haven't said that in a while. 1928, first celebration of Authors Day. Hey, you know.
All right, authors.
I'm a published author.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Even have a book in the Library of Congress.
Nice.
Yeah. 1928, the law on the adaptation and implementation of the Turkish alphabet replaced the Arabic alphabet with the Latin alphabet. So, like, alphabet rules and all that stuff. 1929, Lundy Island, part of the British Isles, issued its own stamps. All right. 1931, I'm trying to find it here. Here it goes.
DuPont introduces synthetic rubber.
Ooh. That's and DuPont.
All right.
That's DuPont like a government.
Very good, because we got our rubber before that, wasn't it?
The rubber trees. Yeah.
It wasn't good. It didn't pan out well. 1932, Werner von Braun named head of German liquid fuel rocket program.
Yep. Yeah, you know, V1, V2s, all that stuff. Uh, and then that, you know, I never knew where this came from, but this is interesting.
1936, Benito Mussolini describes alliance between Italy and Germany as the Axis.
Yeah, an axis. So you know, like so they are like
Axis.
A pivotal, like you know, a pivotal component in a machine. They are an axis. You know, they are where things come from and where things go to, so to speak. That's what they believed. So that's why they called themselves the Axis versus the Allies. I did not know that. 1936, Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, which was then called the Cowboys Turtle Association. That's an interesting. Am I turtle enough for you? Was established after a disagreement with rodeo promoter W.T. Johnson, who finally gave in to the Cowboys' pay demands. All right. 1937, Stalinists execute by shooting Pastor Paul Hamburg and 7 members of Azerbaijan's Lutheran community, including 3 women. And I think this is maybe during the Great Purge, or maybe the Great Purge was after. I don't remember exactly when the Great Purge was. You know what? I can look it up. We have the technology. When was the Great Purge? But Stalin killed a lot of people. Okay, so 36 to 38. This was 30. So this is in the heart of it. The Great Purge. 38, National League batting champion Ernie Lombardi of the Cincinnati Reds was named National League MVP. First catcher to win the award, Boston Red Sox first baseman Jimmy Fox took the AL award. All right. What do we got here in 1938? Oh, we're going to be talking about Sarah Jessica Parker.
See, let's get it. With
sued.
George Wolfe abroad beats 1937 Triple Crown winner award Admiral by 3 lengths in Pimlico track. Record time to win $15,000 in 1938 money, and what is regarded as one of the greatest match races in horse racing history.
Hey! Yeah, also referred to as the match of the century. 15,000 in 1938. So let's see how much that would be.
150,000.
$335,426.60 today.
Yeah.
What was your guess?
150,000.
Well, you know, you're not wrong. So, you're on the way.
Double it.
Yeah. Double it and add another sprinkle.
Like Early would say, double it. In 1939, first jet plane, Henkel Key 178, demonstrated to German Air Ministry.
Ah. And I almost skipped over this. My bad.
Oh, the 1939 first admiral conceived by artificial. Wait. First. Did I say admiral? I think it said admiral.
For the first admiral? The Spartan program really has its early times, isn't it? We're genetically creating admirals here.
Alright, yeah. We're all professionals here. Let's keep it calm. 1939. First animal conceived by artificial insemination, a rabbit displayed.
Alright.
Great.
You know, if we can't have fun, what's the point? So this is the first jet aircraft to actually functional fly. Now, what people don't know is the 1911 jet aircraft. Let's see here if I can find it. That's that. Hold on, let me check my history here if I can find it. Jet. Not that. Come on. It's a really weird looking aircraft, but it's the first. Well, I can't find it, but 1911 jet biplane, or maybe it's a triplane. Here it is. Wait, is that it? No. I know I'm taking long to find
The
this.
first jet plane.
First jet plane. First jet concept. 1900s. Okay, well that's weird. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So this is the actual like this.
It's just it's just the motor with wings.
Yeah. Well, see that's the thing. Like the exhaust doesn't go through the body; it comes out right here. But this is the first actual concept of the jet aircraft. Is this the video I was wanting to show? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah. So let me put this in the underbar section because this is a really, really good watch here. 1910 jet aircraft. So, but yeah, this is a really good watch. Actually, if you want, we can watch this after the show because it's really interesting. Moving on up, though, we have 939 Pope Pius XII published encyclical Certum Laetitia. Well, let's look that up here really quick. Let's see. Appointed yada yada yada. It took the help of it took the help of George Washington, a friend of Carroll, to formalize the. Wait. Okay, the encyclical recalls this about something about George Washington. Okay, this is the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm just gonna add this in the underbar section here really quick. Encyclical Cerium Laeti. And capitalize the E really quick. Man, we're getting a lot of links to display. That's nice. 1940, first U.S. air raid shelter in Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. All right, so air raids. You never know. 1940, a Dutch curfew formed between 12 in the morning and 4 in the morning. So big curfew. Just 4 hours, but gotta keep people safe. 1941, I'm going to read this because I have a lot more meat from other sources. U.S. photographer Ansel Adams shot Moonrise Hernandez, New Mexico, which is the thumbnail for today's video. One of his most famous photographs having taken the picture of a moonrise over the town of Hernandez, New Mexico. Also becoming one of the most famous images in the history of photography, which, I mean, it's a cool looking image, but I mean, like, one of the best images in the entire history of photography? I don't know. It's really good. Oh, is that a graveyard? Looks like it. See a bunch of crosses there. So, it's a cool photo. 1941. Yeah, here we go.
1941, Japanese naval staff officer Suzuki Majima arrive at Pearl Harbor.
Yep, looking for targets. And it was actions like these that unfortunately led to the internment of a lot of Japanese, citizens in this country. And at the same time, we should have done the same thing, to be fair to the Germans, over here. So, yeah. Here we go.
1942, 10th day of Battle of El Alamein.
Yeah. It was a serious battle.
Alamein.
El Alamein, something. So.
L9, LU, potato, let's call the whole thing up. 1942, John H. Johnson publishes first issue of Negro Digest.
Awesome.
1943, dim out ban lifted in San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah. So in case there's any Japanese or anything like coming over from the west, dim out the lights, and at night it's more difficult to see and all that stuff. Remember, radar was brand new, so there wasn't really much of that, like figuring out where things were in the darkness back then. 1945, first issue of Ebony magazine, published by John H. Johnson. All right, I've heard of Ebony magazine. Isn't that a woman's magazine or something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 45 as well, the official North Korean newspaper Rodong Sinmun was first published under the name of Shongro. North Korean newspaper, all right. 46, Charles S. Johnson became the first black president of Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. Cool. 46 as well. Why don't you take this? Try to have
1946, first baseball association game of...
Baseball?
Yes.
Are you sure?
All right, hold on. 1946, First Basketball Association of American game. New York Knicks beat Toronto Huskies 68-66 at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ontario, Canada. All right.
1946, future people Karol Wojtyła of Poland is ordained as Catholic priesthood.
Do you know
To
who that
Catholic
is?
priesthood. No, I do not. Who is
Pope John Paul
Karol
II.
Wojtyła?
That's Pope
What?
John Paul II.
Oh,
Yeah, Grandpa Pope.
that's
Yeah.
a lot easier to say.
Yeah, so like he was in war torn. You know, he grew up in war torn Poland. You know, under German and then Soviet occupation. Like, no wonder he was a great pope. He went through hell. So, are these AI images? They look too smooth. I don't know.
The first two, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, things are just getting way too real with AI. 1946, West German state of Niedersachsen, or Lower Saxony, was created. 47, we have the first Aloha Week parade held in Hawaii. All right. 47 as well, UN trusteeship for Nauru granted to Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. So Nauru, isn't that I think that's a language or a people. Island country. Oh, Micronesia. Okay. So yeah, it was an island. I've heard of Nauru before. I just didn't remember exactly what it was.
You're thinking of the Nauru, maybe from Warcraft.
Oh well, maybe the Nauru. Yeah. 1948, Mao's Red Army conquered Mukden in Manchuria. Yeah, they're coming. Oh. In 48 as well, Athenagoras, the first ecumenical patriarch of Constantinople, was enthroned. Okay, so, ruler. What do we got here in 1950? We're making good time.
82%. Oh my god. 82 Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Highest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland in November.
Wow, that's interesting that it happened first. So, yeah.
It's higher than that in Iowa.
Yeah, well, let's not forget the start of 160 days of 100 degrees in Western Australia yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
160 days. Oh my
Screw that. Move,
Man, no. 1950 Celtics forward Chuck Cooper becomes the first African American to play in the NBA in Boston's 107-84 loss at Fort Wayne Pistons. Future Hall of Famer Bob Cousy also debuts for Celtics.
Dude, I find it so ironic that our leftist source puts a footnote about a white guy and then they use his picture. This is supposed to be about Chuck Cooper. Bob Cousy.
That's what I was thinking. It kind of confused me that they.
Yeah. That's not a black guy.
It should be two separate things.
Well, I mean, they have room to put on two images. They've showcased that before. I don't know why they don't put an image of Chuck Cooper up there,
It should be two separate things.
Yeah, well, yeah, they can split it into two different articles if they wanted to, but whatever. What do we got here?
1950, Puerto Rico nationalists Cristinello Torsolola and Oscar Collazo attempts to assassinate U.S. President Harry Truman at Blair House in Washington, D.C. But the attack is thwarted by White House police, including Officer Leslie Coffate, who was killed in the line of duty.
Yeah. So, wow, I had no idea that Truman had an attempt on him. Wow. Now,
someone died, man. Ugh.
Yeah, died in line of duty.
And
thank you, by the way, for commenting on both us on YouTube and Rumble. I see that. Hey, everyone.
Yes, I'm keeping an eye on all our chats now, just so I don't I don't have the script up, so I have all our
I
channels
see.
up, switching back and forth.
Now we're going to be entering a little bit of confusion here for the next couple of years. If you want to take this one, so
1951 first H-bomb test, codenamed Ivy Mike, detonates at Enewetak Atoll at the Marshall Islands in North Pacific Ocean.
yeah, and by confusing, I mean we're going to be like when we get to 1952, we have another Ivy Mike, so we have a discrepancy. But we'll get there when we get there. As for now, what else do we have?
1951 Brooklyn Dodgers catchers Roy Campanella wins first of his 3 National League MVP awards.
All right.
3 of them, holy shit.
Yeah.
1951 Jet Magazine, founded by John H. Johnson.
Huh. And then we have, here we go. Actually, I'll read because I have some more meat on the script here. U.S. performed the first atomic explosion witnessed by troops, Nevada test site, New Mexico. 6,500 United States Army soldiers were exposed to desert rock atomic explosions for training purposes. Participation was not voluntary. So, you're ordered to go and get radiation sickness. Gee, that doesn't sound too good right there. We are getting joined by
the Golden Loon.
Oh, hold on a second. You want
Hey!
Grab a chair.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome.
How are things at the shop?
Shopping.
Good. Now, as I said here, 1952, Ivy Mike, the first thermonuclear weapon to utilize the H-bomb design of Edward Teller and Stanislaw Ulam, was detonated in the Marshall Islands Pacific Ocean with equivalent of 10 megatons of TNT. Now, we literally just went over that in 1951, as I said. So which one is it? 51 or 52? It's the same exact thing. Ivy Mike.
Huh.
H-bomb, the first.
Same day, wrong year.
Same day, 2 years. Did they time travel? Like, what is going on? So.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah. 1954, General Fulgencio Batista was elected president of Cuba.
Yeah, Batista.
Yeah, he's the guy that Castro overthrew, right?
He overthrew Batista, yep.
Yep. 54, India took over administration of 4 French Indian settlements.
Ooh.
Yeah. 54 as well, the Front de Libération Nationale fired the first shots of the Algerian War of Independence against France. So like as we were talking about this yesterday, the Geneva Convention stated there shall be no more, colonies, no more of that, like crap. Well, why is Algeria having to fight for its independence when the Geneva Convention straight up said that they should have it? Why is France still in Vietnam? Actually, I think we're going to be talking about that today. Or maybe we spoke about it yesterday. We did speak a little bit about it yesterday. Anyway.
Well, Geneva Convention's fine and good, but you still have to implement everything.
Yeah, well, as I like to say, if you really think that magic words on special paper do anything, ask Hitler about the Treaty of Versailles and see how well it worked.
Okay.
So, anyway, I say the same thing about, college diplomas and all that stuff. So, 1954, U.S. Senate admonished Joseph McCarthy because of his slander campaigns. So, here we go. The communists are attacking him. So, 1955, the establishment of a military assistance advisory group in South Vietnam marked the beginning of U.S. involvement in the conflict. Okay, I was right. So yeah, this is when, it all started. All that crap, at least for our involvement.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to spitball these here because, for whatever reason, they decided to partition all of these things, and then on my other source, I have it all wrapped up. So, 1956, Delhi became a union territory of India. Indian state of Madhya Pradesh was formed. Indian states of Punjab, Bhatia, and most of the East Punjab states fusion merged as the Punjab states. Karnataka, then known as Mysore state, was formed from the merge of Kannada-speaking regions of India. And Kerala state was formed in India. So, in conclusion, the Indian states of Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Mysore were formally created under the States Recognition or Reorganization Act. Kanyakumari district was jointed to Tamil Nadu from Kerala. Delhi was established as a union territory. All right.
That's a lot to take in.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And 1956 as well. This is also not on our main source. So during the Hungarian Revolution, here we go again. We spoke about this, before. Imre Nagy announced Hungary's neutrality and withdrawal from the Warsaw Pact. Soviet troops began to re-enter Hungary, contrary to assurances by the Soviet government. Janos Kadar and Ferenc Munich secretly defected to the Soviets. Yikes!
I remember. I don't remember the foundation of it because I was too young, but I remember the Russians going into Hungary with tanks and whatnot.
Yeah. And one last 56 here, Pope Pius XII published encyclical Laetimur ad Dominum. So let's check that up here real quick. Man, everybody's dying around me today. Let's see here. The Holy Father is most pleased to learn that the Catholic world responded with generosity. But what is this encyclical about? Oh, renewing his request for prayers for peace for Poland, Hungary, and the Middle East. Okay, so probably something to do with this Hungarian Revolution.
Could be.
And all that stuff. 57. Here it is.
57. Mackinac Straits Bridge, Michigan. World's longest suspension bridge between anchorages opens.
Yeah, connecting Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas. So you know how Michigan is disconnected, from the.
Yeah.
This bridge connects them. We also got Canada stuff.
1959, Montreal Canadiens goaltender Jacques Plante becomes first NHL netminder to wear a fiberglass protective face mask.
Yeah, so a goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the goalie.
Good.
This is
mask.
Are you gonna make it?
I don't know. I got this cough down there. I can't get rid of.
Yeah.
Tickle.
Yikes. Yeah. So the birthplace, the birth date of hockey masks.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Another 59.
Patrice Lumbaba arrested in Belgian Congo arrested in Belgian Congo
Yeah, no, you're reading it right.
They just miswrote it.
Yeah.
All right, and for inciting an anti-colonial riot in Stanleyville. Sorry, that was
their fault. Like
They
you're
got
you're getting
that arrested.
confused.
my brain was glitching
Twice.
out.
Yeah. But yeah, Congolese nationalist and politician. 1960. Before I continue on with that, I need to restart our music here. The Benelux Economic Union Treaty went into effect, establishing a free trade area between Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. All right, so we got some trade going on. 62. Greece entered European Common Market. That was a mistake. 62 as well. Nobel Prize for Physics awarded to Russian physicist Lev Landau for theories for condensed matter, especially liquid helium. That sounds pretty interesting. And I put things like this in the show, really to, if anybody's watching, they're like, okay, well, like, what does condensed liquid helium do? Like, gets them going on their own rabbit hole of research.
Spark it.
Yeah. 62 as well, USSR launched Mars 1, but radio contact was lost before they arrived to the planet. This is the first try to get to Mars.
Yeah.
63, the 1963 South Vietnamese coup began. And we also have the Arequipa Observatory in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, with the largest radio telescope ever constructed, officially opened. And, anybody who, has watched 007 GoldenEye, as soon as I bring up this picture, you'll know exactly this structure. At least you should. I mean, like, we have smaller images here. Like, I don't know why it's taking so long for these images. There we go. That's better. But does this look familiar to you, King?
No, watch it.
Did you ever see the movie GoldenEye?
Yeah.
You haven't?
Been a while.
Oh.
Been a
Well,
while.
like, this is like at the end. Remember they had that whole
Oh,
and
yeah.
it drained. It was like the giant dish to communicate with the satellite to steal the
It
gold.
kind of reminds me more of Cable Guy than GoldenEye.
Oh,
actually.
okay, yeah.
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy had that big dish.
Big dish at the end.
Okay. But yeah, no, like, this is where the final fight was between James and Alexei, and and unfortunately, very much like in the movie, in the real world, the superstructure of this satellite, or not satellite, but this dish collapsed. Last I heard, I hope they're rebuilding it. I'm not sure. If anybody knows more about the structure, please let us know in the comments section. What do we got here in 1965? As soon as I find it, here it is.
Promoter Bill Graham books his first concert at Fillmore Auditorium, San Francisco.
There you go.
A benefit for political satirist, the San Francisco Mime Troupe.
Oh,
Satirist.
The Fillmore in San Francisco was huge.
Yeah.
Everybody in rock and roll wanted to be there.
Ah.
Hmm.
All right. I didn't know there was a Fillmore in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
No, it's just a place for rock and roll events and whatnot.
Mm.
And what's his name started it?
Bill Graham?
Bill Graham, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did not
It's
know
like
that.
a focal point for rock and rollers. You know?
All right.
1966, Indian Haryana state created from Punjab. Chandigarh created.
All right. And because I can't pronounce this guy's name wrong, I'll let you read this.
1966, LA Dodgers pitcher Sandy Koufax becomes the first three-time winner of Cy Young Award. Unanimous winner for second straight year. Final year, only one award given for pitchers in both major leagues.
Woohoo!
All right.
Sandy Koufax. All right.
All right. We got some football here.
Football, real football. 1966, NFL awards a franchise to the New Orleans named the Saints, of course.
Yeah.
Alludes to November 1st, All Saints Day in Catholic faith.
Yeah, so that's something interesting that I certainly didn't know, and I'm not sure how many Saints fans even know that the reason why they're called the Saints is because of Catholic, influences.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, All Saints
Go
Day.
marching
I
in.
didn't know that either.
Oh, the Saints go marching in.
There we go.
I don't know the rest of the words to this song. 1967, Cool Hand Luke, starring Paul Newman, George Kennedy, and Strother Martin, was released.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
As he beats the hell out of the road gang, the prisoners. They're working the road. They have them out there in road gangs.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Like how news has that music dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That came out of, I don't remember what movie. Maybe it was Cool Hand Luke, but it was let me look this up here really quick. Cool Hand Luke music. Cool Hand Luke.
That's a great movie. It's old, but it's a great movie.
Music news. Let's see if because the music tar sequence. Yeah, I think this is it here. So you can kind of hear the inspiration, because that's that news, dun 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 dun. It was inspired by, if I'm remembering this correctly, this scene, that music score, and it conveys urgency, speed, this is the news, this happened, have a good day, so yeah. 68, University of Suriname opened, all right. And then 1969, the Beatles' Abbey Road album went #1 in the U.S. and stayed there for 11 weeks.
Yeah.
1970.
1970, fire at Club Cinq Sept Descartes in Saint Laurent du Pont, France kills 146 as all emergency exits were padlocked.
Why? Why? Why?
No, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's stupid.
What? Look that. I don't know. Look that up. Why?
Okay.
Can we get more of a footnote? That kind of sounds like a whole entire movie.
Yeah. Club.
Probably worried about people sneaking in.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The fire claimed lives, all of whom were aged between 17 and 30. Yada yada yada. Venue. Hold on a second. Control.
It revealed that the shortcomings you skimmed way past in that first paragraph.
The scale of the disaster shocked the country. Subsequent official inquiries revealed a catalog of shortcomings, oversights, and evasions with regard to fire safety at both local and department level. Criminal charges were brought against a number of people. Some received suspended jail sentences. But yeah, we knew it was negligent, but why did they... Okay, so it had a full-height turnstile, so that's not good. The ground floor has dance floor, bar and restaurant. You know, little offshoot grottos and all that stuff.
Decorated with flammable materials.
Yeah.
It kind of is a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, like, you know...
And then 180 people at the club, that's probably over, you know...
Yeah, overbooked.
Yeah, overcrowded.
Yeah, overcrowded.
So all sorts of things. But, yeah, at the end of the day, if they hadn't padlocked those doors, it would have been a less extreme disaster.
Could have saved lives.
Yeah.
That's why the doors are there.
Yeah, you know. What do we got here?
1971 Eisenhower dollar put into circulation.
Oh, all right. And here we go.
1971 Family Productions releases Cold Spring Harbor. Singer-songwriter Billy Joel's debut studio album, Mastering Error, caused music to speed up. Up.
Boy, his debut album was in 71? I thought it went farther back than that.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
No. But that's unfortunate. His debut album is like hey, I'm singing a song. It's like, what the hell is this? 1972, the first homosexual-themed TV movie, That Certain Summer. I wonder how much it made. You know, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to start rattling off here. 72, Jermaine Gagnon scored first Islander hat trick. All right, the New York Islanders hockey team.
Hockey, yeah.
Yeah. 73, Indian state of Mysore was renamed Karnataka to represent all the regions within Karanadu. All right, we have a lot of Indian state stuff going on today. 1974, we have another fire here. Killed 189 in less than 25 minutes in Sao Paulo.
Oh my God.
Jeez, man, what happened? That's crazy. 74 as well, UN affirmed independence of Cyprus. All right. You know, that long island, you know, in the Mediterranean. 76, Britain gave Gilbert Island self-rule, now known as, or maybe known back then as Kiribati, whenever it was known as that. 76 as well, West German generals Kurapinski and Frank admitted to have been Nazis. All right, well, time to execute them. 77, this one here.
U.S. President Jimmy Carter raises the minimum wage from $2.30 to $3.35 an hour, effective January 1st, 1981.
So $1.05 4 years later. That still seems pretty high. So
that's quite a jump.
Yeah. Do you want to take both of these 79s?
Oh yeah, 1979, tanker Burma Agate off the Galveston Bay, Texas, spills 10.7 million gallons of oil in the U.S.'s worst oil spill disaster.
Pretty sure we've had worse than that since then, like BP.
Oh my God,
Like,
that one pipeline that just went off
Oh yeah.
for months, man, months until they.
well, because it was too deep, they couldn't get to it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. The thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was stupid. So, and then BP turns around because I've seen a meme recently floating around where British Petroleum, they're talking about people minding their emissions, and then somebody replied, gee, I wonder what happened in the Gulf of Mexico on such and such date, something like that. It's like, shut up, BP. So we have another one.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
So sorry.
Yeah, now Zuckerberg is trying to get away with that BS. So.
I know. I'm normal now. Little ahead people like me.
Yeah. No, he just doesn't want to end up, with all the other elitists. What's going to happen to them? Kind of like what happened with the French Revolution. It's going to happen. People are getting fed up. Anyway, what do we got here?
1979, U.S. federal government proposes making a $1.5 billion loan to Chrysler.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
This is why nobody likes taxes, because you blow it on crap like this. So.
Although this
they bail out these companies and then they're like, yeah, sure, we're gonna hire more people. We're totally not just gonna. I'm sorry.
No. Loon just said something that's very important. What did you just say?
Go for it.
Well, this one loan, and I'm agreeing with everybody's rant. I hate when the government does this, but they did save Chrysler, and Chrysler paid it all back. So it worked.
That's remarkable.
Okay.
They paid it back.
What, thousands or more jobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
one out of 50
so
worked. How about
that time was good.
Yeah.
Time was good.
Yeah.
Usually, the higher ups take the money and bail.
Yeah.
Somehow the taxpayer is going to foot the bill. That's the way it usually works.
Yeah, it's time for a revolution.
Okay. One of the good times it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
1979 here, Griselda Alvarez became the first female governor of a state in Mexico. Okay. Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, Mexico has states.
I guess I'm thinking of it as province, but that's Canada,
well,
obviously.
states, provinces, whatever.
Okay, so they had a woman up there. Good for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
1981, first class U.S. mail raised from 18 cents to 20 cents. Okay. That's their 2 cents, I guess.
Now it's 74. What?
Something ridiculous.
74?
Yeah. 81 as well. Antigua and Barbuda gained independence from Britain. This is their national day.
Good.
Pretty cool. 81 as well. Darrell Waltrip won his 4th straight NASCAR Cup race, the American 500 at North Carolina Motor Speedway, tied with Richard Petty, record of 1967. 12th win of season, went on to win the Winston Cup crown. Damn. So this guy is rocking it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. 82. What do we got here?
Honda becomes the first Asian automobile company to produce cars in the United States with the opening of their factory in Marysville, Ohio. A Honda Accord is the first car produced there.
All right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here we go. Got some squabbles happening in the MLB.
1982 MLB owners vote not to renew Commissioner Bounty Kuhn's contract. Atlanta owners vote for Kuhn 11-3 and NL 75, 2 shy of 3/4 majority, required for re-election, eventually replaced by Peter Uembaroth.
So they didn't like Bowie Kuhn.
Bowie Kuhn?
Bowie Kuhn. Oh. Why? Like, you don't...
I don't remember.
Okay. 84?
In 1984, first NBA game at LA Memorial Sports Arena, Clippers 107-105.
Yeah, the Clippers versus the Knicks. Yeah.
Wait a minute. First NBA game at
LA Memorial Sports Arena.
I got 15 minutes.
84? No. Maybe that was for the Clippers or something.
Yeah, Clippers for the Knicks.
Because the Lakers played there.
It says right here, L.A.
Yeah,
Clippers.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying? 15 minutes, King?
Hour and a half.
Yeah. We actually have 10 minutes. 1984 as well. William D. Kooning's Two Women sold for $1,980,000, a then record for a contemporary work for art and for a living artist. Okay. Let's take a look at what this picture, painting, whatever it looks like. Images. Okay. I see boobs. Not that well. Oh. That sold for almost $2 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it looks like something I did in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know, right?
Finger painting.
Yeah.
Oh. 84 as well. After the assassination of Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister of India, the day prior by her 2 Sikh bodyguards, anti-Sikh riots erupted, as we covered yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what was it? Several 100,000, like, or something. Not maybe not 100,000, but
I can't remember.
there was a lot of people got killed.
Yeah.
85, the Netherlands decided on definitive sites for cruise missiles. You know, so, yeah. This is after all, like we've spoken about, a lot of, not really riots, but protests against cruise missiles in the Netherlands, and they did it anyway. 85 as well, nostalgia television began on cable. Okay, so.
Yeah.
86, fire in Sandoz factory in Basel, 30 tons of chemicals in the Rhine. So I guess it got in the river. 30 tons of chemicals in the river, the Rhine.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, that's not good. 87, New York Jets retired Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver Don Maynard's jersey, number 13. And 87 as well, the New Zealand All Blacks, which they're called that because their uniform head to toe is all black clothing. Created a Rugby Union International World Record score when they defeated Japan 106-4 at the National Stadium in Tokyo. 106-4. That's
a drubbing.
That's beyond a drubbing. A new word needs to be invented. That is like that's a drubbing, ass kicking, like curb stomping, whopping, like ass kicking.
And send them home and don't come back till you have a better team.
Yeah. 87 as well, British Rail Class 43 HST hit the record speed of 238 kilometers an hour for rail vehicles with onboard fuel to generate electricity for traction motors. I want, that's specifically for things not plugged into a system to feed it, but self-reliant on its own fuel. So I wonder if that's been broken. I'm pretty sure Japan defeated that. 88, what do we got here?
1988, Staten Island's ferry gets first payphones.
All right, so I guess payphone on the ferry
on
itself.
The ferry, I guess.
So like for wireless.
It's a long cable they are as they go across.
1989, Scandinavian airline system bans smoking on many flights. Good.
Yeah. And this one is very relatable to today, very topical here.
1990, rhetoric escalates as George Bush likens Saddam Hussein's to Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. People these days just throw that accusation around willy-nilly, just devalues the entire reason. But, this guy is a lot more, related to Hitler than Orange Man, I tell you that. So.
But the irony is, when you Trump to Hitler, obviously we're talking about.
Yeah.
But you're not devaluating Trump. You're devaluating Hitler. You're making him no big deal. No.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Hitler's in a category to himself. The Nazis, and Hitler. No. Nothing compares to.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, Stalin's worse than that, though. I would say Mao Zedong.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Yes, exactly.
There's plenty in the group.
So. Here we go.
1990, Santa Medals awarded $100 for Mike Tyson fondling her breast. $100.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a lot. But
okay.
Money is fleeting. A good squeeze is forever.
All right, let's go. 1991, last Kuwait oil well fires extinguished by Canadian well control steam safety boss. 1991, Dutch regulations, traffic rules, and regulations enforced.
All right.
1991, 3 faculty and 1 staff member of the Department of Physics and Astronomy were killed, along with 1 astronomer When physics graduate student Guang Lun went on a shooting rampage at the University of Iowa.
Ooh, that happened
Yikes.
over in your neck of the woods there, bro.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes! Yikes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
91 as well, President of the Chechen Republic, Dzhokhar Dudayev, declared sovereignty of the Chechen Republic of Ichkeria from the Russian Federation. So part of like the dismantling of the Warsaw, the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
93, Atlantic Radio with 20 radio stations became American Radio Systems. All right. 93 as well, the Maastricht Treaty, the Treaty on European Union, came into effect, formally establishing the EU.
Oh, okay.
So happy birthday, European Union, for whatever that's worth. 94, Chicago Bulls retired basketball superstar Michael Jordan's jersey number 23 in a 2-hour ceremony at the United Center. Yeah, that guy deserves all 2 hours and more. I remember watching the Black Mamba. He dropped the microphone and everything. Rest in peace, Kobe. 96, Philadelphia 76ers inaugurated NBA season with opening of the Core State Center before 2,444 people. Largest crowd to see a basketball game in the state of Pennsylvania. Lost to Milwaukee Bucks, 111 to 103. Dang. 96, the Diesel, take it.
1996, Shaquille O'Neal makes his Hollywood debut as Los Angeles Lakers beat Phoenix Suns 96-82 at the Forum. Inglewood O'Neal scores 23 points and pulls down 14 rebounds in 35 minutes.
Wow.
Woo!
The beginning of the Kobe Shaq era.
Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody who went to Inglewood High School.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was some weird.
1897, Titanic, directed by James Cameron, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, premieres at the Tokyo International Film Festival. Academy Awards, Best Picture. 1997, expanded Expanded Negro Leagues Museum at the Jazz Museum opens in Kansas City Historic 18th at Vincent District.
Okay. Slow down. We don't need to get everything in. So just calm goose fraba.
I didn't know they had their own museum. That's kind of cool to know.
Yeah. 1997, Louisiana State University running back Kevin Falk rushed for 212 yards and a school record 5 touchdowns in a 63-28 win at Kentucky's Commonwealth Stadium, Lexington. Wow. 97 as well, Nebraska head football coach Tom Osborne recorded his 250th NCAA career victory with a 67-7 drubbing of Oklahoma. 67-7. Osborne in his 25th season reached milestone faster than anyone in 301 games. And why don't you take these last 2 here, and then we'll sign off. Actually, that's not it right here. Where did it? Here it is. This one.
98.
Yeah, 98. 2 98s here.
All right, Steve Young and Jerry Rice hook up for their 80th career touchdown at Niners 36-22 loss at Green Bay Packers Lambeau Field. Eclipsed previous NFL mark held by Miami Dolphins tandem Dan Marino and Mark Clayton. I would like to say it's really unfortunate that Dan Marino never got a ring for going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he should get
That's
some
really
kind of honorary
unfortunate.
ring or
You
something.
could argue he's the best quarterback that never got a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
And last but not least.
1998, the European Court of Human Rights is instituted.
Yeah. And that shall conclude the show. We're skipping over the past 24 years, the home stretch as I like to call it. Here we go. Once again, please check the underbar of the description, for any links that you may be interested in. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion of what we brought. So for your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have other shows, from history to news, movie reactions and reviews, gaming, videos and memes, Omni Kitchen, and everything else in between on Talk Show. Check the underbar, please, especially for the history links. For all of you and all of us, I'm Mayo Xander.
King's Refuge.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for watching. Until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.